Hello, I'm Dr. Kabiyawu, and this video is a part of a video on how to use array formulas in Excel. So I've got daily stock price data, daily price data for two companies, Apple and Google. You can see from the dates here that I have December 2014, 31st of December, and 30th and 29th. And I've got all the dates in descending order, and I've got the stock price for those individual dates. What I have here is the return for the company that I've calculated based on stock price return. I've basically created a formula that I'm going to do that again. It takes the price of the stock in the current day, it minuses the one from the day before. Doing that gives us the increase or decrease in Apple stock, in this case, for that particular period. So between the 30th and 31st, Apple stock went down by about $2. And this calculation here gives us that $2. Now, $2 is what? It's better if you take it and present it as a percentage, because then I can compare the return for one company to another if all of those returns are given in percentages. So I'm going to divide it by the initial amount. If you think about this, if you buy the stock on the 30th, you're selling it on the 31st. First, you want to know how much profit you've made from one day to another. In this case, you have a loss of about $2 and something odd cents. Now, to divide that, you divide it by your initial investment. You are the buyer on the 30th. So you divide that return amount, the $2 minus $2 and something odd, by your initial investment, and that gives you a percentage amount or a decimal that you can then convert to a percentage. In Excel, I'm going to go and click on the percentage sign, add a couple of zeros, and I have 1.90%. So this formula here is equivalent to this formula here. Look in the address bar. So this formula in the address bar is absolutely equivalent to this one that I've just created up in the address bar. Now, I could do the same thing with array formulas. An array function allows me to do all of the calculation with one formula in one go. Don't get me wrong, you can, of course, create the one formula like we did. I'm going to click on undo and then drag it down. This is the return for Apple. As you can see, it just goes through it and gives me all of the formulas that I need, right? I can do that. But if I didn't want to, I could use an array formula to do it in one go. To use an array formula, you first of all want to know what you're doing. For every single return, I want to take the number before, minus it by the one that comes after it, and then divide it by the one that comes after it. For the last observation at the bottom of my data here, I want to take 92 divided by 92.6. Sorry, 92.62 minus 92.66 divided by 92.66 gives me the final answer. So that's as far as I want to go. So I want to do it for everything up to row 128 and then divide by everything up to row 129, and that's as much information as I have. So my data is going to go as far as row 128. So first step with array functions, I'm going to label Apple returns using array functions, array formulas. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the cells. I'm going to mark where my final answer will go. Excel is being very fussy today. My final answer is going to be in rows 2 to 128. And then I'm going to go to the first cell. The first one you select is your active cell, and that's where I'm going to put the formula. But I'm not going to type in here because I don't want the selection to go away. What I'm going to do instead is go into the address bar, click in it, and type equal to. Whatever I type goes into the active cell. So the white cell there is the active cell. And I'm going to type my formula using arrays. Pre-planning is necessary. So open bracket. I'm going to go back to my data for Apple. We want to select all of the data here. Down to row 128. I'm going to minus everything from row 3 down to row 129. And then I'm going to divide each answer by the data in row 3 all the way down to row 129. So look at my formula. The data in B2, it'll be B2 minus B3 divided by B3. B3 minus B4 divided by B4 all the way to the final answer, which will be B128 minus B129 divided by B129. Then I'm going to hold the Shift and Control key and press Enter. Shift, Control, Enter. And then I'm going to format it as a percentage and add a few zeros. As you can see, we get exactly the same answer. One, we've just used regular formulas in Excel. The other one, we use array formulas in Excel. So I'm going to use equals formula text to print out that array formula. And there we have it. Array functions in Excel. We can do the same thing for Google. For Google, I'm going to go and do Google. Once more, you have to mark the cells with your answers. Then you go into the address bar, type equal to, and put your formula in. It'd be all the price for Google. Minus the price for the previous day. I forgot to put that in a bracket. Order of precedence needs to be established. Divide that by all the data. And then when you're done, you hold Shift, Control, and Enter. Mark, it might be Shift, Command, and Enter. And I'm going to format this as a percent. That's an extra step, obviously, but I wanted to match the formula that I did by hand. So you can see Apple is a match and Google is a match. See you in the next video.